Yo, we're going to be talking about our new fundraiser, which is the 2020 March Human Biodiversity Research Fundraiser. Very catchy name there, right? So we're going to be celebrating human biodiversity by getting you to give us money. Pretty good, huh? So we're going to make me small, like that. And so the basic message of this brief video is that science costs money. And we're going to be doing recurring fundraisers to collect research funding. And the reason we do this is that we aren't woke academics, so we don't have any institutional support. And the Pioneer Fund isn't actually as rich as the social justice people want you to know. And James Flynn has summarized it well when he wrote that if universities have their way, the necessary research will never be done. They fund the most mundane research projects, but never seem to have funds to test for genetic differences between races. Well, very true, Professor Flynn. So instead of universities that you're also paying for, you're going to hopefully be paying us as well. So what are you actually buying or funding? The basic message is that, or the overall theme is that you fund stuff that other people won't, related to group difference research. I've highlighted 3 areas I think that we are making a lot of headway on. It's race and genetics, stereotype accuracy, and immigration studies. So just to cover these very briefly, we have the typical woke people doing their National Geographic stuff. The good thing about genetics is that it offers a definitive answer eventually. We're going to be looking, we already are looking into polygenic scores. You can do natural selection, so selection tests versus drift tests and so on. There's a lot of research done by mainstream people on these selection tests. Polygenic scores and admixture studies, no one except naughty people are touching these with respect to intelligence or even education. So one article that we published last year is this Lasker et al., which made a big splash and has like 20,000 reads or something. So progress can be done, but it needs some funding. Stereotype accuracy is the whole Lee Josim et al. Thing where you look at actual objective or some kind of criterion data for groups, and then you ask people to estimate the same groups, relative ordering, and you look whether these estimates tend to agree with each other and whether they tend to agree with the reality, and in that case, which people have the more accurate stereotypes. Does it relate to politics, intelligence, demographics, and so on? And there's a lot of studies that we've been doing. Here's one from a paper we have in review with Noah Karl and Julius Bjerke, and we're looking at the stereotypes of fiscal benefits or fiscal contributions of immigrant groups, and we show that these are, well, super accurate as well. If you're wondering why Syria is an outlier, it's because that was the data is from one of the years of the big migrant crisis. Finally, we have immigration outcomes. So demographics is mostly destiny, so choose wisely. And it's difficult to undo unless you want to have another Balkan War or something, or send the Germans home after World War II, or one of these expel the Jews things. Since other people refuse to do the obvious studies looking into effects of ancestry, except a few economists who write about deep roots, here's one study I'm doing with the French Belgian guy. And so what we have is that we have lower order political units, so county data approximately, and they have about 600 of these, and it turns out that that you can get Muslim percentages for these, and you can get incomes and crime rates and all that stuff. So we're doing a big study showing that Muslim percentage predicts all these incomes quite nicely. This is just kind of a summary figure. So that's basically the message, keeping it short. Peace.